Welcome to the Lose Your Big Ass Stomach podcast. I'm your host, Jay Jackson, and my mission here is to help you get rid of that big ass stomach and take back control of your health so that you can look and feel your best by being the best version of yourself, mentally and physically, while destroying the mediocre agenda society is trying to brainwash you into, and breaking our families' generational curses of being unhealthy by being a healthy and fit role model. It's time to set a new standard. It's time to set a new standard of living. If you find the podcast helpful, be sure to hit that follow button because that helps us build a movement. Let's go. Guys, I feel like this is the perfect time to talk about the lose the big ass stomach movement. How did this come about? What made me even come up with the whole idea of lose that big old ass stomach? Guys, listen. I'm gonna tell y'all a story, and this is gonna give y'all context behind all this, this movement. If you didn't know, you may be new to follow me. You may have been rocking with me for a minute now. Guys, I grew up in a family where all we used to do was eat soul food and eat drink sweet teas and lemonades. And back in the day, the big thing was Kool-Aid. And one of the people who was like my dog, my road dog, was my granddad. 46 years old. He ended up passing away from a heart attack. And he used to drive trucks. He had sleep apnea for many years. And, he was the person who, showed me about Marvel. You know what I'm saying? All the what do you call it? Thundercats. What else? Spider-Man. It used to be all different types of cartoons. That's what got me into looking at different things like Marvel and DC Universe and all that kind of stuff. And he passed away. And it caused a great deal of stress and strain on my family. And, then, because I was staying with him, and I was also staying with his two sisters, which were my great aunties, Annette and Louise. And Annette ended up passing away in a car accident. All three of them were overweight. All right, all three of them was overweight, like obese. And so I would see them kind of like wobbling around the house. I was like 6, 7, 8, 9 years old when I was staying with them. And I started to like have more consciousness of what was going on. You like 4 or 5, like 3, 4, 5 years old, you don't know what the hell going on. I know I didn't. But I started waking up when I was around about 6, 7, 8. And I would just notice like, man, they are really big. And I remember when my granddad got on the CPAP machine. I'm like, what is this? Because we used to be chilling in his room on his bed, watching, TV shows, watching wrestling, watching Sting back in the days. And, I just started seeing how his life just started moving in the wrong direction because he just kept he had all that weight on him. And, I wish he was here today to see what I'm doing, but, a lot of the reasons I do what I do now is because of the struggles that my granddad went through and other people in my family, like his sister Louise. She was like the big mama. If y'all have ever seen that movie, Soul Food, everybody would come over to the house. It'd be like dozens of cars in the neighborhood. Everybody be eating, we'd be eating soul food, sweet tea, drinking sweet tea. We'd just be eating. You know what I'm saying? We'd be feasting. This was a every week thing. This wasn't just like a Thanksgiving type thing. You know what I'm saying? And Louise, she ended up passing away from type 2 diabetes. And so, I found myself saying to myself, damn, as I got older, and I got into, going to school, getting my exercise science degree, getting my nutrition degree, and I'm like, okay, I'm training already, but it's even more purposeful for me to want to help people because my dreams of going to the NFL came to an end. I found myself, grinding hard to want to go to the NFL, to be able to take care of my family. And, I was at Georgia State University and I seen my dreams, my childhood dreams basically slip through the cracks of my fingers. And so I fell into a depression for a couple of months because I had poured my identity into doing that, playing football, balling, you know what I'm saying? And so I had to, pick myself back up. I found myself saying, well, I got a lot of people in my family that I love and care about who, they struggle with their health. Now, I'm not just going to train people because I wanted to make money. I put purpose behind why I was training. I was like, man, I'm about to start helping people really take back control of their health, not only for themselves, but for the people that they love and care about. And so this is what made me become a lot more passionate and purposeful with the whole Lose the Big Ass Stomach movement and just helping people in general with fitness. Because at first it was just like the pastime to make money and get through college until I made it to the league. But then, life has a way of, pointing us in different directions, and we find ourselves sitting on blessings that we don't even know we have. And, when my dad put me into working out, I was about 12, 13 years old. I didn't know it was going to turn into this. I didn't know that, him putting me in the weight room and lifting weights, doing bench press and curls, that it was going to do this, where I'm helping thousands, tens of thousands of people losing weight. I didn't know it was going to do that. I just wanted to start lifting weights so I could talk to my little childhood crush in middle school. I wanted to look good. That was my whole thing. I wanted to get more confidence because I was a kid with the big head, slim body, pants was in the waters. Like, I just didn't have a whole lot of confidence back then. And, it just turned into so much more. And so, guys, that's one of the biggest things. Like, I want to be able to help people basically shift all the generational curses that are going on. I think we've all lost somebody that we love and care about from things that could have been avoided, like high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes and, massive strokes and heart attacks. Like, these types of things, it was just normal to hear as a kid. Like, it was so crazy. My granddad and his 2 sisters, all 3 of them passed away within like a year and a half, 2 years. It was crazy. And that led to me moving with my dad when I was like 12, 13 years old. And so it's just crazy how life works. It's crazy how life works. But I just wanted to share that story with you to show you like a little bit of my background and where I came from. And, I could tell stories for days as far as like, other challenges and adversities that I've been through. But I want to share that. And one of the biggest things is this. We didn't understand how to eat back then. We didn't know the importance of, eating fruits and eating vegetables and eating protein or how much to eat or how much not to eat. We ain't know none of that shit. Ain't nobody taught us that. We didn't know how to work out and lift weight. I didn't know about that until I was about 12, 13 years old when I moved with my dad. And so, that's a lot of people. That's what happens to a lot of people. And they normalize eating this way. And they wonder why people in their family that they love and care about start to struggle from health issues like the high blood pressure, the type 2 diabetes, the sleep apnea, the erectile dysfunction, all these things that be going on. It just becomes normal. But you're normalizing trauma. We're normalizing trauma. Like, one thing I learned when I got into in-person training, because now I just do online, but when I was doing in-person training, I moved out here to Buckhead to train, affluent people who could like pay me. I want to be able to make sure I can pay the bills, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, man, these white folk they like come to the gym religiously. Like, it's like a ritual. Like, I don't have to beg them to show up to the gym or nothing. And I'm like, damn, that's why they are so in shape. Even when they lost the weight and they in shape, they still was paying $700, $1,000, $1,500 a month. And I'm one of the type of folks, a lot of people just meander through life. Like, I be paying attention to what's going on. That's how you become more self-aware of, like, what's going on around you, but also yourself. And I was like, damn, people in my community where I come from, shit, we go to the Candy Lady. We ain't going to no personal training. We go to the Candy Lady. You know what I'm saying? We chill at the house and family come over and we celebrating being fat, eating a whole lot of junk food, And so I was like, I got to start changing the standards on how we living out here. And as I started to get more and more into the training aspect of things, when I would go back to where I came from, back to my hood, people would be like, man, Quiz, why you, like my family, a lot of people in my family, they call me Quiz. And, man, Quiz, why you talking so proper? Why you talk so proper like that now? I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, you been out there with them white folk, you talking all proper, you getting swole, you on steroids or something? And all of a sudden, you start growing in life, you start to accomplish certain things in your life, and people, they kind of shame you for changing, but you change for the better. It's not that you looking down on them, because that's why I would go back. That's why I would still talk to them. You know what I'm saying? That's why I would still want to be around them. But you got to be okay with that growth and discomfort, and I had to learn that. Like everybody's just not gonna see your vision. They don't know how you feel about things that you want to accomplish. And so, regardless of what your goal is, whether it be financially, business, relationship wise, fitness goals, the people that you love and care about, they love and care about you, but some people they're not gonna have the same type of courage to want to do the workouts. They're not gonna have the same type of courage to want to invest in coaching, invest in business coaching, health coaching. They just not. And so don't try to convince them. You can't. Now you can't. All you can do is lead by example. And that was one of the best things I could do for my family. I led by example. I was the first guy to go to college in my family. My dad, he didn't finish high school. My mom, she didn't finish high school. And so I didn't have like a role model that could show me that. Just go to college, get your degree. I didn't have that. And it's not that you need to go to college, but I wanted to show people behind me, because I'm the oldest of 11, hey, look, this is something that you can do. You don't have to just stay in the house and just stay in the hood forever. Like, you can go to college. You know what I'm saying? And then as I started to build my body, I'm starting to become a better role model. Hey, look, you can get in shape. You don't have to be overweight. You don't have to be skinny fat. You don't have to be sick. Like, you can eat these types of foods and you can feel better. You can look better. And that's going to give you more confidence. Guys, this shit is, you got to live it. You can't just talk it. You can't just want it. Oh, I want to lose that big ass stomach, but you're not doing what's required to lose it. You see what I'm saying? So that's one of the first things I want to talk about, because nutrition is critical. If you want to lose that stomach, you can't outwork your eating habits. You can't. You can't just go to the gym and expect to go back home and eat burgers, pizza, and drink Simply Lemonade, and eat junk food like Reese's Cups all the time like I used to do. I used to be eating honey buns. I used to eat all that junk food. All y'all who be like, I got sugar craving. Man, I done lived all that. I didn't live that life. I lived that life, y'all. And so I know what you're going through. And so if you want better, because I started dealing with acid reflux, eczema. Man, I went years where my hands would have they'd be dried out. I wouldn't even shake folks' hands because the eczema was so bad. I'd be going to sleep at 2, 3 a.m. in the morning because my acid reflux was so bad because of the type of food that I was eating. And so with this movement of losing the big ass stomach, I don't want you to just lose the stomach. I want you to start living better. And part of living better is eating better. You gotta control the food that's going in your body. That way you feel better. Your skin start glowing. Your hair start looking better. You just start having more energy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that stems from nutrition. If you walking around having brain fog almost every day, start looking at the foods you eat. You tighten it up. Watch how your shit change. Watch how your energy change. All right. So I want to talk about that part. The other part I want to talk about is building your body. All right. Building your body is going to be the best investment you ever have, y'all. Building your body will be the best investment that you ever have. And the reason I say it is because I don't know how, but I've attracted different opportunities into my life just off of going to the gym and eating right. Even when in times in my life where I'm like, I just didn't have clarity on where I was gonna go. You know what I'm saying? How things were gonna pan out for me. I always went to the gym. I always ate better. I started improving my eating. Like at one point I was eating junk food, being real. But I would always work out. And as I started to improve my eating, not only did I start looking good, I started feeling good. And the world we live in, y'all, we see people first before they speak. And so it's a very, perception is big. And so I started to attract a lot of attention in my life and opportunities in my life just from taking care of myself, just from looking the part. You know what I'm saying? When you see somebody who's healthy, who's fit, who has energy, they walk with that energy, and that you could just feel it. You don't even have to say nothing to them. You could just feel it. That's what you want, because this is what's gonna attract that new business opportunity. This is what's gonna give you that confidence to start climbing in your career. Like if you got like a 9 to 5 or something like that, and you want to climb the ranks, guys, the business owners, they think about stuff like that. Man, is this person healthy enough? Do they have the mental capacity to be able to have more? You know what I'm saying? Have more responsibilities to where they can grow in the ranks. If they don't feel like you can take care of yourself, they don't feel like you will be able to take care of business. Even with relationships. I had one guy in my coaching program, his name Renzo. He dropped 60 pounds in 6 months, working out 3 days a week. And this guy, when he reached out to me, his stepdad had passed away from a heart attack. And so he was like, man, I got to do something. Because dude, he was really overweight. And so he reached out to me, and he was lonely. He started telling me these things after he had lost the weight. But I didn't know what all he was going through. And he was lonely, depressed. He knew he needed to make some changes. 6 months later, dude got way more confidence. He was a super shy guy. He became more talkative. He ended up getting a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? You meet your life partner. Like some of y'all, you don't have your partner because you're not taking care of your body. You don't have the confidence. Nowadays, everybody meeting people on social media and the dating apps and all this kind of shit. If you don't look the part, you're not gonna be able to attract your partner, because that's the first thing we see. How do you look? And then we see what you say. That's how life is, y'all. And then I've had people in my coaching program, like my guy Jose, dropped 70 pounds in 8 months. He has 4 kids, a wife, running a trucking business, and he just noticed that his mood was just really bad. He was getting tired a lot, and it was because of the weight. And so put him on a plan, started working with him. 8 months in, he down 70 pounds. This dude started running marathon. He ran like a marathon, a 5K or something like that. And I seen him like celebrating with his little kids. Like, just imagine that. Imagine being able to celebrate your achievements with your children. And your children growing up and being like, man, if my dad can do this, if my mom can do this, man, I can do it too. Like, just by me seeing my dad build a restaurant business, like one of the biggest soul food restaurants in Atlanta, like, that gave me the belief that I could just go out and build a business too. It don't have to be in the restaurant business, but I can go build a fitness business. You see what I'm saying? And so what you're doing right now is instilling, like, you don't even have to say nothing. It's just your habits and your behaviors. These are instilling things into the people, into your kids and the people that you love and care about. And so are you going to give them good beliefs that empower them, or are you going to give them limiting beliefs? Let me give you a limiting belief. Or one big bone. That was a limiting belief that I used to hear when I was growing up. Big bone. Got to college at Georgia State University, never seen a big bone skeleton. I'm like, damn, where the big bone skeletons at? Like, for real. I should think that this was a thing. I ain't seen no big bone skeleton. None. I took anatomy 1, took anatomy 2, I took all that shit. Never seen a big bone skeleton. And so I'm like, damn, boy, I'm in here got hood knowledge. thinking that being big bone is a real thing, but it's not. And so that's the second thing. You want your life to get better. Like, when you start taking care of yourself, it just spills over into every other area of your life. Your relationships, your family, your business, your confidence. You have less stress, less worry. Like, guys, I'm 34 years old at the time of making this podcast. Like, one of my biggest values is just peace of mind. Like, man, I'm putting myself through enough stress just grinding. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to stress and worry about health issues like type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure. Folks out here losing their toes and their feet and legs and all kinds of shit from type 2 diabetes. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to live like that. Or feeling embarrassed because of how you looking. Feeling like your life is limited because you're not taking care of your health and your looks. You see what I'm saying? Things that you can solve. All right? You have the control to do those things. And then the last thing is this. The lose the big ass stomach movement. Guys, I know y'all see me on social media. Jacked, ripped up, get rid of that big old ass stomach. Y'all hear me say these things, but guys, my life has been hard. Ain't shit came easy, man. Not even my body. Like I said earlier in the podcast, I had the big head, the slim body. I had to work for this shit. Like, I remember being in my dad's new house, in his house when I moved with him, and I'd be doing like bicep curls, standing in the mirror with a little T-bar, not the long barbell, but the little shorter one, doing bicep curls. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was just like, man, I want my arms to be bigger. I'm just doing bicep curls. I didn't even start working my shoulders until I was years older. I was probably 18, 19 years old when I started working my shoulders because I didn't really know fitness. And my dad didn't either. He just had a workout set. I'd be doing bench press. I remember getting stuck up underneath the bench press bar, and my dad wasn't at home. And I'm like, damn, what I'm gonna do? Because I'm trying to lift something heavier. And so when my dad come home, I could tell him that I lifted 100 pounds on bench press, and so he could be proud of me. My ass done got stuck. Yeah, I'm stuck. Now, luckily, I didn't have the clamps on the bar, so I was able to slide the bar to one side, lift it up, and then one weight fall off, then lift up the other side, then the other weight fall off. But I'm just being real. I done been through some struggles. You know, I done been broken, then asked my pops for a $250 loan and had to go back and build all this shit all up over again when I was in my fitness, early on in my fitness career. You know what I'm saying? But I say all that to say, everybody on social media, they just showing their highlight reel. Everybody, they showing their highlight reel. They're not talking to you about the challenges and all the adversities that they go through within the journey. You know what I'm saying? Like, I lost both of my grandmothers. You know, both of my grandmothers passed in the past 2 years. You know what I'm saying? You know, I just remember my mom calling me and she crying. She left me. And I still got to go to work. I still got to go put it in the work. I still got to show up on social media like ain't nothing happened, because I want to give people good energy, good value. You know what I'm saying? And so you never know what people are going through. And so, you know, if you're going through adversity and challenges right now, it's okay. It's life. It's part of the game. You go get sick. We go lose people that we love and care about. You go have a tough day. You go roll out of bed one day and you, for no reason at all, you just in a rut. Shit happens. You go to the gym and you go start that workout plan. You go be sore as hell and you ain't gonna want to go back, but you go back anyway because you got purpose. Your purpose is you want to make sure that you taking care of yourself. That way you can take care of the people that you love and care about. So lean into that adversity. I know all these snowflake trainers out here go make this shit sound like it's so easy. Oh yeah, you just do this, then you just do that, and then boom, your ass go have a six pack. No, hell, it ain't gonna work like that. You got to put in the work. Yes, you got to put in the work. You got to believe in yourself. You got to be consistent. And you have to consistently improve. All right? And if you do these things, man, I'm telling you, this is how you go into the new year. You go transform your body. Because this is what I'm all about. And on the part of me saying improve, it's one of my biggest values. I feel like everybody who rocks with me on social media and just in general, if nothing else, I just want them to continue to self-improve. Some people think it's woo-woo, but we're our biggest project that we're going to ever work on. The more we get stronger, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, we feel like we can do anything. You build a body that you want. That's a major achievement. Now you can show your kids how to do the same thing. Now you're going to have kids running around here doing push-ups. Now you're going to have your kids raising their kids up to be healthy. And you're not going to have to worry about health issues like the diabetes and all that kind of stuff. You see what I'm saying? It comes from being willing to go through the challenges and becoming like mentally and emotionally resilient. Because it's been plenty of times in my journey where I'm like, man, why am I not further along than where I'm at? Damn, man, how did this person just start? How they already get ahead of me? What? But I stayed the course anyway. That takes some emotional resilience, some mental resilience, being mentally tough, doing that shit when you don't see the fruits of your labor yet. I know some of y'all, you've been dieting, you've been working out, and you're not seeing the progress. I'm proud of you for that. But you still got to keep pushing. Because if you give up, now you're not going to get a result for the pain you're going through. I'm just one of the folks, I want to get a result for it. If I'm going to be putting in all this time and effort, if I'm spent weeks, months, years trying to make it happen, the shit go happen. It's going to happen. But if you get to a point where you just break mentally, you're like, I'm just going to give up. It ain't going to never happen. We know it going to happen. And we know it's not going to happen. It's a guarantee that it's not going to happen if you give up and quit. But if you become headstrong, and you're like, man, fuck all that, man. Let me just keep my head down, keep running the play, and it's going to happen. Let me just keep improving myself. Maybe I'm not where I want to be at yet because I hadn't become the version of myself that I need to be. Maybe I need to be a finisher. Maybe I need to be more consistent. Maybe I need to not just show up, but make it count when I show up. Build your character. You see what I'm saying? And so this is why I create this movement, man. I want to empower people. I want to empower the men. I want to empower the women. to be your best self, for yourself and for the people that you love and care about, for the next people coming up behind you. You know, and if we have enough people that's doing that and looking the part, that's why I say it's not just about losing that big old ass stomach. We have enough people becoming your best self in all aspects of your life, man, we'll have a way better world. Way better world, man. All right? So be you. Be authentic. Y'all see me rock. I talk my talk. I don't give a damn who don't rock with me and who do rock with me. Be you. If you know you want to start hitting the gym and getting in shape, don't let nobody shame you for wanting to get in the gym and start lifting weights and start eating healthy, and so you can better your health and your body, so you can be here for the people you love and care about, so you can enjoy life. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody shame you. Be authentic. That's part of personal growth. That's part of being like self-help. You helping yourself. You improving yourself. Self-improvement. You see what I'm saying? But yeah. Hopefully, y'all found this podcast helpful. If you did, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Leave your boy a 5-star rating so we continue to grow this movement. And we out of here. Let go. Yo, appreciate you for tapping in and listening to the podcast episode today. Hopefully you found it valuable. And if you did and you want to learn more about how I can help you lose the big ass stomach, transform your body, and get your health on point, DM me real results over on Instagram at JJacksonOfficial for more information. And I'll reach back out to you to do what I can to help you hit those health and fitness goals. Let's get it.